Elsewhere, don't tread on our side of the Delaware, or at least don't dump here. The Army Corps of Engineers began deepening the channel today. That led to an angry bipartisan response from the New Jersey side of the river. Environment correspondent Ed Rogers has the story.
Governor Christie's Senate President Steve Sweeney and Congressman Rob Andrews announced New Jersey's continued opposition to the plan to deepen the 102-mile shipping channel. Today's press conference was held less than a mile from one of the dredge-spoiled deposit sites that would be used for disposing the river mud.
We cannot have South Jersey be the spot where people are going from Pennsylvania are going to dump things on us while we don't get any advantage out of that at all.
This makes a loud, clear statement that we are not going to be dumped on. This is wrong. It was wrong in 1998. It's wrong today.
Pennsylvania has insisted that deepening the river would provide better access to larger ships and boost the region's economy. The Army Corps of Engineers has said it has addressed all of the environmental concerns about this project. Critics say the Corps' data on the river mud below 40 feet is old and incomplete.
When you take out that additional 5 feet of dredge spools from the bottom of the river, you change dramatically the balance of the river, the flows of the river. You pull the salt line farther up the river. You change the sediment balance so the river starts to eat away wetlands. You destroy the habitat that's physically at the bottom of the river.
The petroleum industry also supports the project, saying ships have to unload or lighter some of the oil being carried before heading upriver.
Lightering represents an extra cost in terms of offloading the main tankers that come into the port of Delaware, whether it's the state of Delaware, whether it's Pennsylvania or New Jersey, offloading that product and then moving it to a smaller vessel that can navigate fully up the Delaware River.
But the governor says there's not enough of an economic upside.
There is not any near the kind of sufficient economic impact, positive economic impact, that you would want to have to take the kind of environmental risk that you're taking here. And the simple fact is government's job is to make sure we balance these interests. And from my perspective, when you look at this particular project, this is not even close.
To fight the project, Christie and the Democrats say they'll continue the legal challenge despite recent setbacks in federal court, and they'll target funding.
Earlier this year, I asked the president and his budget director to make sure that no money was put in the federal budget to finish this project. The president agreed. The president's budget had $0 in it to finish this project.
The Army Corps of Engineers says it expects to begin deepening the first 12.5 miles of the river at noon today. New Jersey officials say they'll continue to fight the project despite that.
The more we allow ourselves to be a dumping ground for other states' problems, the more that reinforces that image of New Jersey. And that is an image that simply I'm not going to accept as governor.
Ed Rogers, NJN News, National Park, Gloucester County.